all of it until we got to the ramp. Sorry.
You're going to hand it to me. Every night I put up the work on the yard board for the next day. Who's riding what lot, how they're going to work. I also write it on our manual board so that people can just walk in if they haven't seen the app yet. They can just walk in and see what they're riding in the morning. Here we go, done. They're going to go from the 8 furlong in the bottom track. I'm not going to work them up sides because they fit enough now. They're just going to follow each other through and just have a nice blow up the hill. They normally walk over and come home. Because they know they're going home. It's animal instinct. But it's their little routine.
You know what's funny, Craig?
What?
Whenever they come out, half of them don't walk over it, but they're all fine going back in.
I was just saying to the guys in the car.
Weird, isn't it?
No, it's because they know they're going home and they know they're going to get food and all that.
Perhaps we'll probably need to put them a little bit further up, maybe.
Yeah. That's Maury at the back and that's Twitch and Maury.
So what stage are they at with that? Are they race fit or
They've run recent.
He normally jumps out pretty quickly, doesn't he?
Yeah. He likes it around
Ride
him.
him from there.
Yes, he likes it
He
around
likes
him.
all with it.
Yeah. So if one's going too quick in front, then I'll just get a lead. But if not,
that's
he,
it.
yeah. Fingers crossed. If you can run like he did the time before here.
I think he will.
Yeah.
He prefers the wins.
Yeah, he does. It's a shame that Chelmsford is out of action. So I think that's probably his
Because I
best
think
track.
this meeting is on instead of Chelmsford,
Chelmsford,
isn't it?
is it? Yeah.
Because I looked on the calendar and on the calendar it's got Chelmsford
Yeah,
tonight.
it's a shame, isn't it? Yeah.
The lot to lose in there, still moving quite well. Turning the home inside the 2. Switch on the outside. Dashing Jockey on the far side. Yehudi just poised towards the centre. Yellow back to the ground. Out wide on that solid. Get it to 2. Here comes Yehudi to come and tackle that. Six 11. Third Yehudi. Close to 4. Over the weekly gap.
I think he ran a bad race through. He just kind of got caught the last half of the field, didn't he? I mean, it went very smooth. He just got a lead from, that horse in front.
I thought checking for home you were going to win it.
Just the last half a furlong. He just seemed like he didn't quite have that.
Yeah, I know. And Twitch didn't run a bad race the other day. He finished 5th, so it's just finding the right race. He was a little bit up in class, so get him back in his winning bracket,
Yes.
and he will win.
It always amazes me how it's the grounds are tiny.
Yeah.
The stands are tiny for such a big race.
I know.
Yeah.
It's compared to Ascot and Cheltenham and things like that, Epsom is a the infrastructure is quite small. But I mean, this racetrack is a magnificent condition. Yeah. It really and truly is. They've really looked after it well, and you know, they've worked on it day in and day out to make sure it was perfect for Derby Day and Oaks Day. Unfortunately, the weather doesn't always work in your favour. So
wasn't it?
It was, you know, some horses were affected more than others, but no, they you got to take your hat off to the. You know what? It's not only Epsom. It's all the race courses. I mean, everyone is working so hard to give every horse the best opportunity to win, because that's what you want.
I was at Sandown yesterday, and that was just a number of people. It's a lovely condition. Yeah. So.
Yep.
I realised how much hard work I was into getting getting the track ready and everything. Doing
it again. It's
a bit harder to the one on the right.
How he's matched them. Which horse has got a higher rating than the other? Which horse is carrying more weight than the other? Yeah. And from all that, you can analyse the work. Not necessarily the horse that's finished second has worked badly. He might have worked well, finishing second with all the circumstances added in. Do the same work, or there's 3 tracks, but I mean they
like
still,
routine.
Yeah, so the routine is really boring for them. So you try and change it up to keep them fresh
in the mind.
Especially some of our older guys. You know, they need some change.
Yeah, that's what it's like for humans going to work every day.
Yeah,
doing the same thing, isn't
that's
it?
Yeah. No, we're the 8-9 of us. We all just flat trainers. So there are. Toby Law was in the area. He's just moved to Lambourne, but he used to come and use the jumps quite often.
Jim Boyle's got a couple, hasn't he?
He had one. I'm not too sure whether he's still got one. And Mick Atwater's got one. But put a chair. So I mean, it's still absolutely perfect for track work. But it was probably just getting to the end of its life.
Yeah.
People don't realise that sand does have a lifespan. You know, it becomes dead and there's nothing, there's no give in it and things like that. So you either got to keep rejuvenating it, or after X amount of years, it's time to replace sand.
Yeah, so I've heard people say, the poly track at Kempton's, was it slow to standard? It's slower than this one was, and you think, how can that be? Surely it's all the same. But
no, you know what? Different. Again, the weather affects it. So you know, in the summertime, your track dries out a lot quicker, so it becomes a lot deeper. So then it does become standard to slow. Whereas when there's rain, it normally firms up and then it's quicker. You know, so there's people don't realize how many things. As soon as the favourite doesn't win, well, it wasn't trying. Well, that's not the case, you know. You know, technology. I'm not saying in my dad's day, in the 50s and things like that, they didn't because there was no cameras. But today, technology is so advanced. There's cameras all around the racetrack. You've got professional people working for the BHA and on the stewarding side, and everything is scrutinized. Everything's looked at. You know, there's people out there in the general public. They're hearing what's happening and who's going to back a horse or things like that. So again, you monitor those horses, and you know, you see. That was nice, yeah. I mean, I'll twitch at the back. He's a 9-year-old. He can vote next year, so old, but he still keeps going. You know? he's like me. You can't keep a good horse down. You know?
Very good.
losing. You know, I feel I've let people down, you know, and I feel I've let Ella and Dennis down, and I feel I've let the staff down, or the syndicate members. That's what hurts me the most. But you know what? That's horse racing.
Yeah.
They can't win every time.
You can't win every race, can you? Yeah.
With the jockeys mounts, jockeys, these mounts.
Last. Yeah. Every time. Last in the stalls. And last in the halls. No, not always.
You know the saying, last out, first in.
For the sixth race, this is the attheraces.com market movers handicap. Making their way to the 7th start for this contest.
Right, let's go.
Set now, they're off for racing. Little slow start from Kuramuk towards the inside, chased along, and at the back, you've got the likes of Lesse and Bad Habits, slightly off the pace, so too is on the fair. But up front, Maury, keen about business, goes to the front and leads narrowly from Fast to be in second place. Talk about keen, Clover Time pulling furiously just in behind the leaders on the outside of Kuramuk, who settled back into a share of third position. And they're followed by Ravenglass. Ravenglass next to Split 11s, who's up the inside running rail. Lesse is further back with On the Fair. And last of all is Bad Habits. The runners in this attheraces.com market movers handicap make their way towards the end of the back straight. So up front, Maury with the advantage, 1 length clear from Fast to Be. Kuramuk is in third, still going well. Clover Time next. Split 11s in 5th place, racing alongside Ravenglass, and then On Defer, who will need to pack a late punch, racing alongside Lesse, and Bad Habits is still last of all as they move now round into the home straight. Come on! Left to right, Maury with the 1 length lead. Kuramuk going well. Split 11s got a good chance. Gap is good enough to take it as well. Now appears. Let's say come on, Kieren! Go, Kieren! Go, Kieren! On the foot, Lesse still closing. Split 11s from on the far side. Lesse, split 11s, split 11s from Lesse. Big finish from Bad Habits.
And if you go and look at the statistics of horses that race, that actually win a race, it's actually a frightening statistic. It's about 4 or 5%.
Really?
Yep. Yeah. You know, and if they counted the horses that were bred to race and that never even raced, it's down to about 2%.
Wow.
You know, that's a worldwide statistic.
Yes. The old bold Suitor, he's got Mr. Consistency.
Yeah.
And
you know what?
If you're consistent, then
he's also a 9-year-old. His last 20 runs, he's run 5th once and 2 unplaced. Every other run, either been a 1st, a 2nd, 3rd, or 4th.
That's good, isn't it?
You know, it's just unbelievable. He still wants to race. He still loves it. Oh, he's got his quirks. You know, he'll be going to the track one day, and he'll just decide he's stopping.
Yeah.
But
do it.
yeah. But Taryn rides him every day, and she gets on really well with him. So, you know what? I retired him at the end of last season, and he just looked so unhappy in the paddock.
Yeah,
I brought him back, and and if he wants to race another year, he'll race another year. You know,
he'll let you know when
he'll tell us.
Yeah.
He'll tell us. I expected him to run well, and it was certainly I thought he would win. And our instructions were simple. What he always does, he always pings the gate. If there was no pace to lead, if there was some pace, sit 2nd, 3rd.
Lad will be the last one. 7 furlongs a trip. We're set and...
Unfortunately, he didn't follow the rules to the plan. He just had his head on the side, and his horse had loses concentration very quickly. He went in early. He was just leaning on the side. So when the gates were opened, he wasn't quite ready, and he came out with a little bit of a flashback, and all of a sudden he was stuck 3/4 of the way back in the field. Bold Suitor is a very big striding, strong horse. So Georgia had to make a decision quite early on to come out to keep off the heels of the horses in front of her. Georgia had to get riding early to keep him in the race. So she spun into the straight at Blinkfield in the middle of the track, which to me is absolutely perfect. That's where the best going is. And he just started to wear them down. The horses in the front were starting to slow down. He took over with about half a furlong to go, but there was a flash of horses. Everything came from everywhere, and I must admit, when they went past the post, I thought he'd run second. I just put my head in my hands and I thought, oh, not another second. But you know what? Georgia just kept him going, and he stuck his head out at the right time, and he won. You know, for a 9-year-old that never ever gives up. I mean, he is a horse that you would love to have that winning ability in a young horse, because they would just keep winning. And you know, for a 9-year-old, he's just incredible. He's running off a higher rating than he's ever run off.
Yeah.
So
you're doing something right there.
Teamwork.
He's telling you that.
Yeah. 34 times in one race.
Wow.
He's run probably the same amount of times here for us, and he's won 5 races, 7 seconds. You know, I mean, it's just unbelievable.
The way you look after him or the way you train him is different from what he had in Hong Kong.
Well, as I say,
in a mental state.
Taryn gets on well with him, and Georgia does. I think if you put not knocking any of the men jockeys, but you know, someone that's forceful and pushes them and has them where he doesn't want to be, he won't get the same what. But the ladies seem to get on well with him. Okay?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, I thought the button really nice.
Really nice then?
Yeah. It's quite clear-winded today.
Yeah.
It's good. A bit of a noise sometimes. Yeah, no,
it's good. Yeah. He actually settled as well.
Yeah.
Just trying to bring him back and slow him down and then let him do it at the end again.
I know. Do you think we should go for a 6 with him, or should we just...
We're literally just speaking. We'll sit down after. I'll come back after I've been at the mix.
Okay.
If you're around.
Yeah.
And we'll try and find some races.
Okay. He was nice, Taryn.
Yeah, he was good.
Yeah.
Had a good flow, but
yeah. Great.
Thing is, when he won, Craig,
you
would have said he would have gone far.
Absolutely.
I think we probably just got him right, and then he's probably just gone backward a little bit.
Yeah, he just went flat a little bit.
You see that what he just done there?
Yeah.
And again.
Yeah.
That's what he does.
Yeah. I just give them a small feed in the morning, just so that there's something for that acid in their stomach to latch onto, and it's not latching onto the wall of the stomach, which then will cause an ulcer. And then I'll feed them again at about 9:30, and give them a few feeds this afternoon, just because the horses also have a small. There's a deer.
Oh yeah.
There's another one.
I was wondering, you have them running out the track.
Yeah, you don't want them when they're bold and wrong, do you?
We've got about 6 on our property.
That's nice.
Yeah, it's lovely. You know, with horses having a small stomach, it's you don't want them gobbling large amounts of food.
Often.
Yeah, that's right, because it then causes colic. Colic can be, you know, life-threatening.
Why is colic life-threatening? That's another. Well, you read a lot of stories, and it's so sad.
Because horses' mechanics are different to a human. A horse can't breathe through its mouth, and it can't burp.
Right.
Whereas we can, you know, so we could burp up gas air in our stomach or something like that, whereas they can't. So it's got to move from front to back. And moving through the small intestine to the large intestine causes a blockage if they've eaten too much too quickly, and then you get the gases in the stomach behind the blockage starting to affect the horse's health, and then the horse in pain will roll to try and alleviate that pain, and it causes the intestine to twist, and once it twists, it's not good news. It's not good. They normally normally, unless you operate very quickly, you're going to lose that horse.
Such a sad story when you hear that, isn't it?
And then for recovery for them, it's super hard hard because you've sliced the stomach open to fix the intestine, but now when the horse is recovering, all the weight of his stomach is hanging on sutures. You know, so that can pop open, and it's really difficult.
And when you hear that the horse is running after a wind operation, is that something you spotted in the training? Is it the noise of the? Do they make a certain noise?
You know, there's you can hear noise. Sometimes you don't hear noise, and sometimes horses just run in a manner that shows they've got an issue. So they'll go fast early and then just halfway through the race just give up. You know, so there's a couple of telltale signs. I don't overly believe that a wind op actually works.
Right.
You know what? I've seen lots of horses that have had wind ops and that they've come back and won. But I'm not a great fan of it. No. Again, to be stuck in a box. Okay, they're out for an hour in the morning, but to be stuck in the box for 23 hours a day, you know. That causes a lot of problems with horses too. It's the boredom and things like that. So at least we can put them on the walker for an hour in the afternoon. So they can at least stretch their legs and have some sort of exercise.
Good.
They'll be queuing up to get in. There were 3 old boxes here. They were built on an angle. You could hardly get through the door. They weren't conducive for racehorses. So we pulled them down and we made 2 permanent boxes. So they've got doors on both sides. So they're just not quite finished. They'll be finished within a week. So you can open the doors in the morning, and Maury will be one of the horses here, and Dreamcrafter the other one. They can just go out, you know.
Just wander out.
And in fact, we can leave the doors. We'll obviously close the front door, but this door will stay open all the time. So in the night, if they want to come and eat their food, or they want to stand in here, they can. If they want to go back out, they can go back out. You know. So. A today and jockey B tomorrow and jockey C the next day.
Some continuity now.
They just know you're a little team and probably not going to ride the horse again. I'm not saying they don't put all the effort in, but will they put in as much as the next guy? You know, that's here all the time. So it's nice to have, with a small team, still have people that
consistency again, isn't it?
That's it. You know, so
good attention to detail.
It is.
Yeah, it's a lovely setting as well. It's beautiful.
You know, the M25 just over the hill. But on a busy day, you can hear it a bit. But once summer's here and all the trees have got the leaves on, you hardly hear a thing. It's so tranquil. I mean, it really is. Yeah, no, they are.
So you let all the horses out during the day?
The retired horses we do. Racehorses, you're taking a chance, you know, because lucky Maury and Dreamcrafter go out. They pretty chilled in the paddock, but I wouldn't be putting Bold Suitor or Show Me the Money or Dupont Circle out there because or Nebula Stars, because it's going to lead to a problem. You know? They'll get hurt and say, I shouldn't have done it. But you know, because racehorses normally aren't put out because they're on such high protein food and they're so wired up. They're so fit and you know they'll do something silly. But as I say, if it works with 1 or 2 to help their attitude in the box, well then you've got to do it. You know. So Twitch was bred in New Zealand. He won 2 races in New Zealand before he went to Hong Kong. He won 2 races in Hong Kong and he won 2 fights. So he's a bit of a globetrotter, you know.
Yeah, because he's got the that's what they do.
So the 7 means he was born in 2017. And the 23 is the 23rd foal on that farm.
And that was New Zealand.
New Zealand. And Australia's the same. They also brand them like that. in the US they gun brand them, so they brand them on their guns.
Really?
No, yeah. No, it's just no, it's like a tattoo, you know. So
right, yeah.
And that's freeze branding, so it's not hot branding like the old cowboys.
Yeah, that's smart. Good lad.
Where's your next race, Kieren?
His.
Yours?
Today.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Bath.
Uh-huh. How many horses there?
Only one. I was meant to have two, but one's an on-runner, so I've just got one left in the later race.
Uh-huh.
Just got a new agent as well, so hopefully it'll get me a few extra rides.
In the third race at Salisbury today.
Pissed off with the Kieren to the start. So, yeah, just goes. Yeah. The next time he was okay because Kieren then did take him out slowly, and he's not silly. He's not silly in the gates. No. I think just Kieren said it was really soft when he came back in the last race. I spoke to him. Yeah. So I think just
because you just don't know, do you?
No, just give him a chance, and let's not let him, because 6 is probably his optimum, and it's going to be a little bit.
I've drawn wide, so it's perfect. They'll probably go forward. I can slot in. Hopefully, you can run through them. And, yeah, you just never know with this ground, do you? I mean, I know a lot of them can't quicken it, but then some of them like it.
Yeah, so. I know. And you see, last time I nearly took him out at Epsom, and it was probably pretty much the same as this. And I hummed it hard before the race. Should I take him out? Shouldn't I take him out? And then I left him in, and he actually ran quite a nice race. So
that's addictive.
Addictive, yeah. So let's hope. mean, he only got beat 6 lengths. I was just talking to the handicapper now. He's one of them is a friend of mine from South Africa, and I said to him, I said, you guys, you know, last time you dropped him about 3 or 4. He's dropped a lot of in the 2 runs. He's dropped a lot of weight, but I said, well, that's what I'm looking for anyway. Yeah. But I mean, I said, if I was looking at him, I would have thought he'd run a good race, and I wouldn't have dropped him 3 pounds, you know.
Well, you're not complaining.
No. Anyway.
Shall I let him do another lap and then get down last? And then just go down steady,
Yeah.
Craig Benton's going to give a leg up to Georgia on Addictive for the Equestrian R Infinity team today.
He'll get dropped a few today, and then I think that'll be perfect. He just needs to come down a few. You know, he's running in at probably a little bit better races for him. And then, as soon as you get some good ground again, I'd say you'll definitely have a bit of fun with it, 100%. He'll win a race or two, I'm sure. Yeah, he just, because he was so consistent as a 2-year-old, he's got quite a high mark, didn't he? So, thanks guys. See you in a minute.
Thanks. Do you want any more stuff around this? I'll just take him straight back and give him a hose. You sure? You. Yeah. Okay. All good. Thank you.
I'm the trainer. I've got to buy the less well-bred horses, but put together like I think the racehorse will be. So I look at balance, length of rein, you know, horse with a short neck. A horse can only stride as far as his neck is long. So you don't want to buy a horse with a short neck. You don't want to buy a horse with a heavy neck. You don't want a horse that's got what's called light bone. You want substance so that they can get through racing. I like a nice shoulder, I like a nice middle, I like a nicely balanced horse. So, as I say, some people buy big rangy horses because they want more stamina and staying horses. I try and buy, not that I don't like the big rangy horses, I like sprinter milers, so I'm buying a more compact horse and things like that. So, you know, again, it's everyone for his own choice and taste, and what works for me won't work for someone else, and what works for someone else won't work for me. You know, so it's I suppose it's like in life, if we all like the same woman, it would be one hell of a fight, you know. So we all different, you know.
So the 4 you recently picked up from Hong Kong,
they were sent to us. So
did you choose those?
No. They were sent to us. My best finish in a marathon was 22nd position.
Wow, that's good. Which one was that?
It was called the Suitor Run Nature Reserve Marathon in Africa.
Wow.
It's the hilliest marathon in Africa, and I led it till about halfway, and then I had I hadn't over raced, but it was just exhausting.
Yeah, the heat.
Yeah.
You obviously don't mind running in the heat.
No, and what was hard about that race is because it was through a nature reserve. So there were no spectators. You had your water tables every 3 kilometers. That's all the people you saw.
Really?
You know, you saw no one else. So there was no encouragement to run on or you know, go faster or slower or whatever. Or people shouting your name from the side, and it was really difficult. But I led it for halfway.
Wow.
Couldn't sustain it.
I've done 13 and I didn't want to stop on 13.
Okay.
I was in my best shape ever for my London,
yeah.
And I got injured 2 weeks before, and I've never done one since.
Yeah. Oh no.
I did a half marathon at Leeds, just as a training run.
Yeah.
On the Sunday, and on the Tuesday I just went for a little jog around Hyde Park.
Yeah.
And I pulled my hamstring.
Oh.
And then I just never had trouble ever.
Well, the last marathon I ran was in London, and I ran for the BHA team, and I was in my 50s, and it was over 3 hours that I ran. In fact, it was the slowest time I ever ran, but I finished first of the BHA team.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well done.
We have the famous ultra marathon in South Africa. It's called the Comrades Marathon. So one year it's run from Durban to Pietermaritzburg uphill, and the next year
the other way around.
Yeah. It's 89 kilometers. I ran that 6 times.
Did you?
Yeah. But that's that was actually too far for me. I mean, I'd be very competitive for 60 kilometers, and then the last 30, I just couldn't keep it up.
It's just your mind.
Yeah, there's a mind thing.
Get you through it. Yeah, there's no worse feeling when you just got to dig in.
I know, and you've hit the wall, and you just got to dig in. Yeah.
I wasn't built for running, unfortunately.
you know what, jockeys and ex-jockeys or whatever, our body weight ratio to our strength is pretty high. You know, so we're not champion runners, but we're all pretty good runners. You know?
Yeah.
They have a competition in South Lake Tahoe in California, in Nevada, every year. Who can drive the furthest? And every year, pound for pound, the jockey wins it.
Really?
He doesn't drive as far as a basketball player who's 6'11" or something like that, because they've got the height and everything.
Yeah.
But pound, they work it out on a weight ratio. Pound for pound, the jockey wins it every year.
That's strength.
To Kieren Fox on Dreamcrafter.
There. Real bad. From the minute I left the gate, yeah. Let's go back to the drawing board. We need to take them off. Yeah. I think we have to maybe give them something to weight of our own. Yeah. You know. Yeah. That's never been to this point. No. The winner is sat in front.
Yeah.
I'm following them around.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, coming down the hill, he's sending it, and I'm thinking, I need to sort of chase, but I'm half there. I'm half going flat out there, and he's hanging in left. And the minute I asked him to pick up, that's it. We was gone. You know, I mean, that's too bad to be true.
No, that's right.
That's too bad to be true.
If you run a bad fourth or something, you say, well, the man is not good enough. I always like to work to the 2 pole over here, and not the 1 pole down there, because it just gives you a longer period to pull up, and ease down. If you do it too sharply, you can cause quite severe injury. So I'm not saying other people don't do it as well, but I do it that way.
You used to be pushing the one on the right a bit more.
A lot of trainers don't like their horses to come off the bit when they work. I like our horses to come off the bit because it's stressing them.
Yeah.
What train is that?
George Baker.
You can get a bit of treatment. I pulled him out and I weren't altered him. I think we need that.
Here we have Courtney leading up Dupont Circle for the Lions of Epsom Racing Club.
Well, it's on the hill. It isn't over there. No, it is over there. But it's
it is literally, if I put my hand there, it's like over there. Honestly.
Yes.
What, the other mile and a half away?
Yeah, other side of the house.
No, this side of the house.
No, it is,
other side of the house.
It is, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's not like, as you see it, it's a little bit different.
You have to be careful because Craig can tell when you're doing something.
We have to go a bit closer.
I saw that earlier.
Yeah.
No,
I think there's two. No, no. We don't go in front of the house.
The track is built on a plateau, so they run around the top of the hill.
There's a road goes through the middle.
No, we just need to try and get settled and stay.
Oh yes, yeah.
Well, today's,
I mean,
if he stays today and handles the course, there's a 0 to 55 at Epsom next time.
Right.
So it all depends how he goes today. Otherwise, we got tied up.
He looks bigger than the rest of them.
He is a unit, isn't he?
The other guy we got tied up and he's just standing there.
Good. Good to be standing.
Yeah.
Good luck, Kieren.
Thanks for that, thank you.
That's right. Just wait till they go.
Okay,
Sorry.
no worries, that's okay.
Yeah.
Right, got you.
Safety first.
I was trying to watch 3 horses run. I was trying to watch Mick's yours, then Mick's, then yours.
Tony Carroll had a good day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, 2 winners.
The thing is, he's got 100 horses, and what he does is when they get to when they need to break, he gives them a break. He's got 20 more already come in, so he's always got 100 horses.
Yeah, I know.
Cold now? Isn't it?
This is perfect. This ain't cold.
You pull your socks up.
The problem is, like, when I rode at Jaffa, it was so warm. I couldn't, I was like, my arm was like a tap. And then when you dry up and the wind comes, now you're cold. Well, I think Darren will end up making it.
Yeah, it looks like he's in a bit of pace.
I've spoken to the starters. Hopefully there'll be 3 left to go after me.
Okay.
So,
Oh, is he the one that likes to dive? 19?
Yeah.
Same age as me?
He ran tied up in the box all day and he stood absolutely fine. When you unhooked him, put the hood on the bridle of the push, and he started flashing.
Yeah.
So the 3 of us are hanging on him and got it on, tied him up again and he stood. He settled.
What age do you have
No,
to,
we won't.
what age do you have to be to ride in this race? What's the youngest jockey they can be?
16.
And the one in the
Mason Patel.
Yeah.
I think he's about 18.
He's younger than you. Good outwards.
Corny's giving a leg up to Kieren Fox and Maury. Good luck, Maury. Good luck, Kieren.
Now he's working the likes of Twitch, and he's not doing it. He's had it so well. He needs something to. Yeah. Look, I'm not disappointed. I mean, coming down the hill, at the top of the hill, I thought I'd have a chance because I was cantering. As soon as I started to quicken it up, same thing again. Got himself unbalanced. The runner always lied, to be fair. Once I started pushing him, I can't pull him up then.
Yeah.
So.
No, you did. You ran to the line.
Yeah, and I think back on your weather, that's all I find awesome how he is. Yeah. So. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, mate.
Listen, I'm as much to blame as you are.
No.
We're all take that put with. Listen, when we win, everyone will be losing.